My name's QT, I'm the book author of Class Wars, and I'm here today to talk to you about my book. What is my book about? It's about multiple things to do with class as it is today. Not as it used to be, as it is today, right now, in reality, in this recession / depression that we're in. Or as you know, all classes, everything has been changed. The way you view money, the way you see money, the way you do things with money, the value of money, everything has changed. It's just changed everything. So what I do is break it down in classes, and I do it in a mindset way. I don't just talk to you about the class, I talk to you about the mindset from the bottom up, from practically, like myself, I'd say no class to some class, but the different mindsets that you have along the way and the people I've been around, the things I've seen. There's just so much in this book that breaks down class. I do break down the negatives and I do break down the pluses, and then I do take it to a level where I elevate you. So it's not that you just read a book about class, it's about you getting a clear understanding so you know which class you want to be in, or which you feel that you resonate with, that you can actually feel comfortable in, and then elevate yourself to the next class or whatever that class may be. But I say own your own class. But anyway, I'm going to break down quite a few different things, and I'm going to break it down from the poor. And as I'm trying to make this a short video, I'm going to really speak as fast as I can so I can bang in as much information as I can. I really get intricate in it in the book. I'll give you stories, I'll give you facts, the real life things, and the way that I changed a lot of things in my life. I'll give you a blueprint, I'll give you the pluses, the negatives. I'll show you what I actually did to change myself from no class to some class. Reason why I'm doing Class Wars, yeah? So let me break it down to you. You have the poor working class. You have the working class, and then you have the standard working class. I break things down in threes because that's what it really is in reality. Now I'm going to break down in general. I'm going to give you pieces of this book. I want to share it with you anyway. I want you to know and resonate with things that's in this book. Reality is reality. It is what it is. Yes, go for it. I'm going to start breaking it down. The real poor, the Western poor, the relative poor, the handout poor, the government handout poor. These are the people. There is a segment of people, not all people, yeah? Not all poor people. There's a segment around the world. We've got them all around the world. This is global, yeah? Where they love handouts. They think that they're entitled to everything. The entitlement in society. They believe it's their right for this, they're right for that, even though they never worked for it. Hence why someone from a third world country will take what you don't like, turn it into something beautiful and be grateful for it, because we don't actually understand how things are. You have a chance, you have a standard. Because you were born in the West, you have some form of a standard, but don't get it twisted. There is things in the West that are just as bad in the third, minus shanty towns. This goes across all three poor classes. Sometimes we always want to get out, we always want to do things, we want dreams of having a nice life, but there's no plan. It's like you're just coasting. You're just coasting all the time. You're just coasting. It's all dreams. You're just thinking, but there's no plan. There's just a lot of moaning, no doing. But you owe me. You can't have them all. Almost the same thing as entitlement is you owe me. It's the same sort of thing, but it's different. You owe me. You owe me. I think you owe me. Because I did this, you owe me. You may have taught me something, but you owe me. I need to have a good life. You know, and you need to have a good life. So whichever way you're getting anything that's in your life that is good, you should see it as a blessing. People, they don't see it as a blessing. Sometimes you get overly blessed and you don't understand it because we're ignorant to the fact that we've been blessed. It's not even your fault. It's a mindset thing. It's all about a mindset. Having kids, they cannot provide for, financially provide for. They just have kids, but they don't actually think about their future, think about where they're going, think about their whole future. They're going to go to college, what they're going to do, what opportunities you're going to try and open for them. You're going to send them to certain different classes. They need to learn things, their minds, their elevation, the way they are as humans, how they're going to turn out to be as people. A lot of poor people on a negative don't even think about it. They just have them. Fact. I've seen it, it's been around me, I know it, you know it too. People who don't quite even understand or resonate with things like this, they think it, but we who've been around it, we know it, we see it. It's not nice. Generational curses, I've seen people my age do exactly the same. As I said, I've suffered a lot of these things as I'm growing up as a West London youth myself. Obviously, I'm a grown man now. The bottom line is you love the hood, you love your tribe, you love your camp, you love where you're from, you love the people that you're from, even the class of people that you're from, and you don't like anybody else really because they don't understand you. And that's the way things is, and because you don't know their world or you haven't explored their world, but you sort of become ignorant. You just become ignorant. And what I'm trying to say is that you love the hood, whether it's your manor, it's your estate, it's your whatever, your area, it could be even urban, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is you love the hood more than you love life itself at some point. You ride for your camp, you ride for your crew, under a sense of madness even, an injusticeness of just doing things just blindly. You love the hood more than you actually love your life. That sounds very stupid, but I've been there. I'm not ashamed to say that. And I know a lot of people out there, now you're grown or you're growing or you're young yourself, and you probably, I've caught you at a very young age at this point. You love the hood more than you love life, and you've got to understand and change that. I go into that more deeply into the book. I give you even a story of my own, where I try to run from a lot of things. And the stresses and strides I went through in that working environment, and trying to not be in the street at all, and being a good person and fighting with yourself, and lots of things. But the bottom line is gotta go deeper in the book. But that is a problem. Loving the hood, loving being poor more than you love yourself, that tribalism, and you haven't explored anything outside of your own zone. Another problem that we have is not understanding the world at large. At large. Before you can make a judgment on something, you must know what it is, what it consists of, how it grew to be that, how has it changed over the years. You must know a base foundation about something. You might know your world, your underworld, or your underclass world, and the rules and the laws that go with that. That's not written in a book. But do you understand the overworld? You're gonna grow up to be a man, a young woman. You want to do things. You want to buy a house. You want to live your life a certain way. You want certain things, and you have to go through financial things and systematical things, and to get your housing, and to go. If you're going through the system or you're doing it privately, you have to learn and understand the world at large and how it functions in your world and how it's going to benefit you. But we don't learn these things. These are things you don't learn in college. You don't learn it even from your family. You don't learn it from the people around you, because we are in a poor mindset. Not everybody. There is people doing their thing and trying, but I'm just saying in general, at large. That's what we don't do, is explore the world at large, to understand it. Another one, which is not getting rid of bad habits, whether that be your anger, whether it be just the way you carry yourself sometimes. Sometimes like you can't carry yourself the same way you might in the hood, like you might want to do in a business situation or a social situation, depending on the class of people. But then again, do you have to dress or think the way they have to think to be near them? No, you don't. You just be yourself. But you can't dress like a freak in a suit party. It's just, there's suited and booted people here. It's not that kind of party. You're looking very odd. You need to be you, but do it in your style. But in that style, don't sell yourself out, your soul or whatever have you. Be like that. I should probably have a shirt on, so a book author should have. But so I'm doing me. I'm resonating with people. You are my people. That's what I should talk to you. That's the way I believe it. I'm doing me. You should do you. But don't hang on to bad habits. It's a way of conducting yourself and speaking to people, and even if they seem to be frightened of you for whatever reasons, you just be you and represent as you, as a different type of person and being. But you've got to get rid of certain bad habits that do not get you anywhere. It's as simple as that. Also, living up to the stereotype There's loads of stereotypes of poor people in different classes, different races, cultures, but we all have them. We all have them, and if you know different classes, different races of people, you know that they have them too. Oh, that's similar to we got that funny uncle, that this, the auntie. Yeah, we've got all of that. Oh yeah, that kind of person. Oh yeah, it's all the same, really. In the end of the day, but they're all stereotypes, and I'm saying, why be any of them? Why don't you be what you want to be? Don't fit the box. Don't put yourself in a box. But at the same time, you cannot live up to certain stereotypes, and you must know within yourself that you have them. And maybe you want to get rid of them, but you must have to work towards getting rid of them and just fine tune it, even. Whatever it may be, because everybody's got a different thing going on. I'm just saying that you must get rid of them or fine tune them so they're more fine and more classy, or you can take them anywhere without, and you don't care about it because it's who you are and you're proud of who you are. It's not about selling yourself or putting on clothes or changing your mind or thinking that you speak differently. That makes you a different type of class. No, it doesn't. Basically, it's bad to have a poor mindset. Now that wraps all of that up. It's not right. It's not your business in life to have that. You don't want it, you don't need it, you shouldn't have it. Trust me, you'll live a better life.